everybody. How y'all's doing? We are getting ready to start here. SoCal warehouse sale. Ooh. Ooh. Dang it. That was today. Oh, well, there's no way I would have been able to pull it off. Gotta remember that for next year. Let's see here. Gonna do one more clicky. All right. Okay, so that's it for that. Can I put all that away? Let's see here. Wow. All right. Okay, gotta log into Final Fantasy 14 now, then we will be swapping over our scenes. I hope everyone's having a good day. I had a pretty good day. It was pretty busy. Let's see here. Had our town's Christmas parade today, which is always fun. There you go. Oh, crap. Hold on. Let me make sure my mouse is doing the right thing.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call.
Hello.
Not a very good call.
I'm
That's so
about to drop
funny.
the hammer and dispense some indiscriminate justice.
Straight out the gate, Maldor buzzers me.
What'd you say?
It's not what I said now. It's what I said earlier.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I told him. It is not appreciated that he is posting on announcements.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that. Hi, little Darian. How you doing? Yeah. He goes, I do what I want. Yes, you do. You and pretty much everyone in the Frito Bandito Taqueria. So, yep. Late start tonight. My wife had the steak Christmas choir. So we were a little late getting back from that. The girls, of course, wanted to go see the lights. And here we are. Let's see here. All right, so we are moving on with our blessed, glorious white steed over here. Which I must say looks pretty bodacious. Let's see here. So how are you doing tonight, operator?
I'm alright.
That's good. You seem to be more chipper than usual.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. Alright, let's see here.
So, I had the most amusing thing happen after a cutscene here in the Stormblood.
Uh-oh.
Or rather, in the cutscene. So someone's unconscious and needs to be carried. Alphino turns to me, the Lalafell, and says, "Will you help me carry them?"
Gotta love situational comedy. Speaking of situational comedy, do you think there is a building code within the Final Fantasy universe where they must make toilets small enough for Lalafells?
I try not to think about that stuff.
Where you have to, because I mean, for like swimming pools, we have to have a certain number of restroom facilities based off of square footage. I mean, is there a code saying that they must have certain facilities at certain heights for certain races? Because I mean, the big dude race obviously can't utilize a Lalafell race facility.
Well, you know, think about the Lollifells here. They're about the size of a toddler. We don't have toddler toilets. You know, we do have like seats we put on the toilet.
Nay. Toddler toilets do exist. They very much so do exist at Disneyland.
Really?
Yes, on Main Street. If you go down Main Street and then you make a right, there's the hot dog cart. And if you go past the hot dog cart, there is actually a family center. And in the family center, there are changing tables and tiny toilets for tiny tots.
But this isn't something you would find outside of Disneyland.
I remember there are tiny toilets at preschools. Yeah.
Makes sense to have some there, but like...
But you're not going to normally find them at your Home Depot. No, you're not.
No, you're not going to have them at Home Depot. You're not going to find most homes having one because you're going to use it for at most a decade, and then you're going to want it gone.
Yeah, pretty
Until
much.
the grandkids come to visit.
Right. Oh, and by the way, Lil Darian, yes, I am currently in 3.0. So I am currently near the end of 3.0.
You're in 3.0 until you do the quest Heavensward, at which point we need to get you through the first wing of the raid series.
Right.
Then 3.1, then Alliance raid, then 3.2, second wing of raids, 3.3, second Alliance raid, 3.4, last raid, 3.5, last Alliance raid, and yeah, I need to be done with Heavensward. Oh, and at some point in all that, you need to work in the trials.
Right. So it's not that much stuff, you know, not much.
There's a bit of content. Just a bit.
Now, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna pot you down just a little bit on my end. Let's see, we're gonna pop you down. Okay, say something.
Something.
Okay, there you go.
Something?
Yes, you're good. I just potted you down to a 90%. It's a little bit too high. Just a bit. Oh, we had delicious, yummy tacos again today. The same deliciousness that I prepared for the National Taco Day. There was much talk of westerly winds. Let's see here.
Hello.
What?
Hi, Fuzzy.
So Twitch stream sounds interesting, just so you know.
It does?
How do I describe it on my end? It's like a scratched VHS almost.
Scratchy VHS. Huh.
Have you ever heard the sound of the scratch VHS when you try to play it?
Yes. A lot. That's strange. Can anyone else confirm this? Little Darian, Maldor? Can you confirm audio quality real quick?
It may be my end.
Cutscene.
Gotta love those. There's so many of them. I forgot his airship was blue on top.
Audio quality. Overall audio quality. Is it just the in-game sounds, or is it me as well?
Least of all under these circumstances.
No, just in game.
Okay. Yeah, Lil Darian, if you could confirm the quality of in-game sounds. Aghast.
My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was
Because of
born a
course it's gonna
citizen
sound
of
just
Garlemald.
fine to you.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in ISHGARD, I very nearly called you Livia. Livia? Livia Sasjunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
There, but quiet. Okay.
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together.
Oh yeah, that is right.
After
That
our
is
parents
pretty.
were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting
One
us
second.
on separate paths.
I'll pot that up a little bit.
Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose
hello,
to become a
Tree.
soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, ISHGARD was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the Kiwi but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. It was his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons.
Like love.
He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. It is your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing. Chief, we should be getting close.
So now, Sid and her are Garleans, which are technically the Empire, hence technically the enemy.
No. Garleans
The Garleans and
are
Garlemald
a
are two different.
race.
Okay, they're a race.
The Garlean Empire was originally just the nation state of the Garlean race,
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing.
which
Right where
after-
ISHGARD should be.
many years of being kicked around ended up in the freezing northern fringes of ISHGARD, where they eventually developed
Hold on,
Magitech
everyone.
technology, which allowed them to start kicking everyone else's butts and allowed them to create an empire and control the world.
Okay. So
Okay.
think about it.
So now they are Garleans. But there are
Yes.
Garleans that are not a part of the Garlean Empire.
Right.
Okay.
A handful. They would be considered defectors or traitors
Okay.
Pretty
to the
much.
Empire.
So those two are at that point.
Look! I
Because
think that's
at
it.
this point in time, it is very rare for a Garlean to be outside of the Empire unless they're part of the military and occupying an as of yet not part of the Empire's territory. So,
Chief,
like the people that are traveling with
ISHGARD.
Regulus
Aye.
and the Emperor
There's
there
no mistaking their handiwork.
would be Garleans that are outside the Empire, but they're still part of the Empire because they're part of the military. But people like Sid and Lucia, very rare, and you're pretty much never going to find a Garlean born outside of the Empire.
Some sort
Okay,
of
got it.
barrier.
And I think I might have mentioned this before, but this area completely reminds me of the Mana Fortress in Secret of Mana.
I've lost the auxiliary propeller.
Sid, it's no use. We must return to ISHGARD and find another way.
Which I must say, the Mana Fortress is one slog
Why do
of
the
an
Alagons
area.
always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
So, Final
Oh,
Plot Arc
yeah,
of
I got it.
3.0 is getting through that barrier.
Ah.
From there, it's just pretty much go kill Thornton.
Pretty much.
With a little bit of jumping around to get you leveled up from 59 to 60.
The faith that drives us. Ooh, which I will be up at 58 tonight.
Yeah, those quests are fun to get to Thornton. Those are quests I thoroughly enjoy for reasons. Oh, by the way, Farrell, did you enjoy the dragon stories?
Yes. They were intriguing.
That's why I told you to listen carefully.
Yes. It was like, crap happened. Someone got their eye stolen. And then another dude got their eye stolen. But then one dude was like, yo, homie, I need your eye. And he goes, okay, bro, I got you. Here's an eye. And he just takes an eye and just gives it to him. I'm like, that would make that one part in Ferris Bueller a lot easier. My boyfriend said as Ferris dies, he's donating his eyes to Stevie Wonder. Such a sweetie. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, I did learn today that Ni no Kuni, the movie, is coming out here in the States in January. I am pretty excited for that.
You might have to tell me what that is, because I have not kept up with certain things.
Ni no Kuni is a game series by Studio Ghibli. Well, the first one was by Studio Ghibli in Level 5.
Oh, wait! Is that the White Witch one?
Yes.
Oh, no.
So they have made two Ni no Kunis. The first one was a legit collaboration between Ghibli and Level 5. The second one, Ghibli was not officially a part of it, but obviously there are a lot of Ghibli influences in it.
Oh, yeah.
But the movie is going to take place in more of the White Witch area. Well, timeline.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to follow the exact game storyline, but it's supposed to take place, I guess, maybe
In
an alternate
summary, the
universe kind of a
Isle
deal.
owes its
I don't really
lofty
know.
Position to the industry of the Allagans.
I just
We can be all
someone
but certain
posted
that
it,
the Archbishop
and
his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
yeah, so someone posted it, and it's coming out like January 22nd in the States, and I'm totally taking my daughter to go see it.
I see.
That's fun.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I
one
can
of the
gather, the
outfits that I
barrier
wasn't sure if I
mechanism
liked or
draws
not
ether
for
from
White
the
Mage.
surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect,
It's
a
kind of
wall
fancy-pantsy.
lightning.
It's very fancy.
It's got like ruffles and
It
stuff.
seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in
One of my
failure.
favorites for White Mage actually comes.
Alas, the key
Dang it.
was careless enough to leave without
Ugh.
us.
I got
and
poked in the
don't
butt.
think the Vanu can keep a spare.
Master Garland, based
Uh,
on your experience, is there
I'm glad
no
you
other
laughed
way
at
that
that.
we might breach the barrier?
Anyway, comes in Stormblood, which is going to be your next expansion.
Well, in the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing two galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said,
Darn
we're
that
not without
Bernoulli's
options.
principle.
If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
Of Juan?
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for
Glad it makes you laugh, but at the same time it's frustrating. And it
Just
doesn't
you
help
wait,
that I
my
brought
pretty.
Big Cat in,
By the time I'm finished,
so
you'll
he's
be an airship
in
reborn.
plane mode, because he's got a plane mate. He nearly fell off the laundry basket.
Alright, time to talk to peoples.
The question becomes just how much do you want to talk to said peoples?
Oh, I always want to talk to peoples. Crap. I did it again.
What did you do?
I tried to walk through a door that doesn't open.
Ah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I have a specific time I actually have to be up tomorrow. So, I will talk to you later.
Alright, sounds good, Fuzzy. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah. Glad you're doing okay, because I noticed the other day it didn't seem like you were up to doing something. So.
Oh, yeah. With my with my triathlon training and stuff, every once in a while I just get hit with fatigue at nights. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to do anything.
Okay.
And,
It must have been one of those nights.
Yep. Yeah, it was probably one of those nights.
Yeah.
So.
It's just good to know that you're feeling okay. So.
Oh, don't worry. I get sick like once a year. Every time else, it's just kind of I'm just physically exhausted from everything that I do. I do way too many things, and I don't want not to. So I just kind of roll with the punches.
I'll let you roll with the punches then.
All right. Sounds good, Fuzzy. Thank you for your concern. Greatly appreciated.
Of course.
Good night.
Have fun with your questing. Night.
Will do.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night. Whoa. Pippin Taropin. Master Pippin. Alright. I was pretty stoked, though. I was able to play quite a bit of Ni no Kuni 2 today. Oh, it's the raining version. I love this track. Pippin. Hello, Pippin. Go on. Wow, 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 wow. He is gone in Sam Fisher night mode. No! Oh, his little salute is so cute. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I have a cootie shot. It's like, what are they all looking at? They don't have the fancy goggles. This sounds like every person who stepped into a teleporter's worst nightmare. It's like I remember that was a... it was a... not uncommon, but... kind of... back with, Star Trek Next Generation. There was a couple characters that were, like, adamant about never using teleporters. Like, I just don't want to get sucked into this thing and then my body doesn't find itself.
Yep.
Well, my butt's where my elbow's supposed to be or something or other.
So those fancy goggles are actually an aetherometer. It lets them see the ambient ether around them.
Well, no, I know that. I know that part. The question was, why was everyone else looking in the same direction? It's like, oh, y'alls don't have those fancy goggles. You don't know what you're looking at.
They're looking to see what your Urion J is looking at.
But they should know that they can't see it.
Well, they can't see the ether trail, but they can certainly see what's in that direction.
Oh, fine. Ooh, so close to 58!
Yeah, you'll have to hit 59 before the next dungeon.
Oh, piss.
But where you're still on 57 quests, that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay. Hey, I got a question. Is it a jerk thing to do to buy something for your buddy, something his wife explicitly forbade him to buy?
Depends on the circumstances.
Oh, we're talking about a business ID lanyard. He wanted to buy one that was Ruby from the anime series Ruby. And his wife told him, no, you can't get that because there's hot chicks on it. You can't have hot chicks on it. So then she decided a better idea would be to get him something from Game of Thrones. So, okay, hot chicks, not cool, but incest, rape, and all that fun stuff, totally great.
So, in this case, I would say it is a jerk move, but it's the good kind of jerk move.
I wrote on the gift card, please don't kill me. Tell your wife to not kill me, please. I also got him a Blake figurine. Because he's the one, this is my buddy that bought me my Nora figurine.
In requesting
from Ruby.
the Elemental's assistance to find your Stola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty.
One
a
difficulty?
Born of the fundamental difference between man and elemental.
Chest hair? Alright, move on, come on.
That being...
In When perceiving the world around him, man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, such concepts are foreign to the elementals. Instead, they perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The elementals' voices stir not the air.
It looks
and
like
thus
I'm going to
reach
actually
not
have to
our
complete
ears,
4.0 before the
while
game's
our
going to
words
give
are
me
but wind to them.
the option of
Though we
purchasing
seers can commune with them
the
through feelings,
level 70
naught that we can impart will serve
gear
to
that you
aid them
can
in
buy with the
identifying
poetics.
Y'shtola.
That's
Nay,
absolutely
they must needs be
just
presented
not
with
polite.
ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a
Like,
family
I'm
member.
level 71. I'd like to get into some level 400 gear
Oh, I know just the person.
so that my spell speed isn't
Y'shtola
really
has
bad
a sister who
for
came to live in
this level,
GRIDANIA. She told me about
because
her once.
Black Mage loves spell speed.
Oh, that is most
Heavens to
fortunate
Betsy,
indeed.
we be
Pray,
psychotically
seek
stupid
this sister
OP.
out then, and bring her to Evershade.
You just gotta be
There,
overpowered
we
in
shall
all
petition
things.
the Great One's aid in
Right.
finding your lost companion.
Alright, time to find Y'shtola Sissy.
Yeah, she's not hard to find.
What do you know? She's right next to me. I'm joking.
Not quite that close, but she is in New Gridania. Or actually, it's an old, I suppose.
She's actually in the same area I'm in right now.
Yeah. An old.
My quads still feel like they're on fire from my bike session today. I was planning on doing just a workout, but then I figured out that there was a Zwift triathlon time trial race going on, like 10 minutes after I logged in. So I was like, oh, sure. I'll blast my legs into oblivion. Sounds great.
Really?
Yeah.
So, you just impromptu decided to do a race.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It was only 14 miles. That's about what I average for my workouts anyway.
The wisdom of that is questionable.
Operator, you have to understand, I have competed in more competitions than I can even count. So, for me, just hopping into a competitive race, that's nothing for me. But what was cool, though, was because of my efforts in the race, my base functional threshold power in the program was raised from 213 to 255. So you know what that means? That means all my workouts are going to be harder. Because most workout programs in the application, they're based off of your functional threshold power. So it's scaled based off of kind of how strong you are, so to speak. So it's called FTP for short, but that is kind of a measure of what's the hardest you can go for a long time without theoretically dying or bonking or having your legs cramp up like crazy. So when I first started, I was 213, and all of your workouts, they're like, okay, well, you're going to do this amount of time at 80% of your FTP. And then you're going to do a sprint that's 120% of your FTP for 10 seconds. So now that my FTP has gotten higher, all of these values, the 80%, the 120%, they're all going to become even higher.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so. Yay!
So you have to work harder to
Mhm.
get the same results.
To get better results. Well, yeah. You're gonna work harder in order to complete the workouts. So you're not necessarily getting the same results. You are completing the workout given to you, which is based off of percentages rather than just a time or just a random power number. So, and this is more about me learning how to train like a cyclist, because I still don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, in the race, I was racing against people because it seemed like I signed up for the E category, which is the lowest category. And then I seemed to be in the same group as people in the D's, C's, and B's. Or maybe it was just the people who had power ratings low enough to be in those categories. I don't know. But I wound up 30th out of 52, I think.
Let us begin.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not at the bottom.
Raya O.
You're not at the
Arun?
top.
Oh yeah, no,
If you
I'm
would.
pretty far away from the top.
Not even quite at the top of the bell curve there.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not a very large sample size either.
No, it's not.
Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, UL'DAH. Please come back to us.
Twinklies!
This scene is actually just barely Twitch appropriate.
Uh-oh.
There. Now.
It's like, yeah, this game is rated teen, so I'm not too worried.
But
it shows the side of her butt.
Let's just say they pushed it as far as they could without running into Japanese censorship laws.
Ah, yes, they went all Sailor Moon on it. It's like, well, she did just come out of not necessarily being corporeal. So, her not having a stitch of clothing kind of actually makes sense. Okay, there you go. Thank you much. Thank you, buddy. All right. We're clear. She's a kitty burrito! She looks so happy being a burrito! See, being a burrito just brings happiness.
Unless the burrito's being eaten with you in it.
Yeah, that would be bad. Actually, speaking of that, I remember my senior,
Arun has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once.
Back in high school, we had an assembly called the Make-A-Wish Assembly, where people would submit rando wishes, and things would be granted. Like there was always the mushy ones of, I love my mom so much, and I want to give her a wonderful day off because she's just the greatest, and I love my mommy.
Oh, good grief.
I know, that was just barf material.
That's pathetic.
Usually there was one, there was a Disneyland wish granted, free tickets to Disneyland. And then then there were always some weird jank ones. Like there was one year where they said, okay, we can't really truly read the full contents of this wish, but it involved the pool, girls, and Jell-O. So we decided to actually kind of make it happen in a much, much, much smaller scale. So they actually got one of those little taut plastic pools, you know what I'm talking about? Like the stuff you find at like Walmart, the plastic pools are about 4 feet in diameter.
Pool.
Yeah, a plastic kiddie pool, and they filled that with Jell-O and put a girl-sized Barbie in it. So the dude hung out in a pool of Jell-O all throughout the assembly. And then there was another year, a dude literally wanted to be turned into a burrito. And he got his wish granted. They slapped him in with beans and cheese and lettuce and let him chill in beans and cheese and lettuce in a blanket for their whole entire thing. And I had some friends that sat over near that. They go, oh my gosh, it smelled so bad. I was just like, oh boy. Oh boy. But hey! Yeah! That's a quad for finding ISHGARD.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just hope that all of her internal organs materialized.
She is the only one you find in 3.0.
For shame.
So all the others don't get found until the patches. Can you imagine doing this? This is current and having to wait 3 to 6 months.
Oh, that would be the suck. Oh man. All that is to remain is to pray, my friends.
And 3.3 didn't find any of them. So you had an entire patch where none of them were found.
Oh man. Dude.
And I can't remember if it was 3.4 or 3.5 where you find the last of them. But they did drag it out forever.
Of course they did.
But they drag it out way longer than they needed to. Necessarily, anyways.
Rank up!
Yeah, you should go do that job quest while you're thinking about it.
Yeah. I will say, though, man, that race did take quite a bit out of me. So I just remember finishing up, and because my daughter comes out with about 3 miles left in the race, and she goes, "You didn't pick up the salsa." I'm like, "Oh crap."
So then you gotta go get the salsa.
Yeah, I had no time to warm down. I had to run inside, take a quick shower, and then hoof it all the way over to the next city over to get the salsa, because you gotta get the right salsa, because all other salsa is inferior.
So then you were stiff as a board.
Not necessarily stiff as a board. It was just a little, I guess, stiffer. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Duh. Whee! I was like, ugh, how do I get over there? Wait a minute. I can just fly. Okay, let's take, okay, let's pick up the rest of this area. Up this final. Let's see here. We're just gonna get the rest of this map while I'm here and thinking about it. All right. Man, that actually looks really cool. I am pleased as punch with my new graphics card, if I do say so myself. All right, one more little part and this whole area will be mapped. Not gonna lie, I'm digging this air cutter music.
If it's the one I think it is. It is one of the better ones, but it's also on a lot of mounts.
Oh, okay. So now remind me, operator, do you actually go to a family ward or do you go to a singles ward?
I'm in the YSA.
Oh, okay. What is your calling right now? I'm just curious.
I have two. I'm the Elders Corps instructor, and I'm on the cleaning committee.
Oh, the cleaning committee. Cleaning committee, that doesn't count.
Yeah, it does. I've got to go to the church every Monday and clean it.
Oh, you have to go to the church every Monday? Oh, or do you, like, just open the thing? Or does, like, you have to actually go and clean everything?
I have to go help clean.
Oh, wow. Oh, I guess there's still over stuff over in this corner, too. Okay. All right. We will finish these two off.
I'm not on a committee on deciding who does the cleaning. No. I'm on a committee of people that go do the cleaning.
Oh, wow. That kind of sucks. Well, I mean, it stinks that you have to go and clean every week. Yeah, we haven't.
It's been worked out.
There you go.
It's a shorter term calling.
Ah, okay, got it.
A few months, probably.
All right, I have now mapped the realm, and wow, that actually gave me a decent amount of experience.
I leveled up off of getting a mapping section finished earlier. I turned in a quest and it was like, you need 12,000 XP. I'm walking down to explore the next section of the map and boom. Da 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 da. Level up.
What is this thing? Isn't this one?
Stand on the blue orb and do /lookout.
Eh.
You're gonna have to land directly on it. Which, the Mana Cutter might not be the best flying mount for that.
Woohoo! Womp. Must get rid of the evilness. Oops. Comeuppance. Oh, come on. You know I'm not good at not interfering. Come on.
Spam, holy spam, spam. AoE problems. Spam only.
A peculiar hunk of flesh. Ew? Question mark? Tis well I skipped my last meal. Ugh. All right. So I take it that thin air is a very, very useful.
It is very much overpowered. Thin air can allow a white mage to completely ignore Lucid if you use it correctly.
Huh.
Not that I would recommend doing that.
You have it and it doesn't cost you anything. You might as well do it.
The damage is so predictable in this game that most healers know exactly what they're going to be doing at any point in a given point in a fight by the time they've gotten to the point of routinely clearing it.
That's intriguing.
Unless it's a dungeon, because you don't typically run dungeons over and over with the same people. Nor
Right.
is the dungeon that predictable. But raids, trials, those are so predictable. Especially at Savage and Extreme level. They are on fixed, all the mechanics come in a fixed order at fixed times. It's scripted to the exact second.
Huh.
There's almost no randomness in anything. Which allows you to plan out all of your abilities in advance. Once you know the fight.
Right.
Once you have the timeline. You know exactly what you need to use to heal everything.
Oh, Pointy Stick Girl is not amused.
Oh, she's never particularly fond of the way these two behave.
Yeah.
Until the very end. But even then, she's still not particularly fond of them.
All right. Okay, I believe with that, I am going to call it for the night once I get...
Make sure to be near the ether, right?
I know. Dang it. I'm working on it. I missed a jump. So yeah, I will call it for tonight. There's a good chance I'll be on tomorrow. Albeit most def not on stream.
Okay.
Alright.
I think you've got it before you get to the 59 dungeon. Let's see, you just rescued Ishtola?
Yes.
So... actually, maybe not. We'll see. You should have a bit.
Ah, crap. I haven't fixed that button yet. Anyway. Alright, well, I'm just going to hop out of chat then.
Okay, good night.
Alright, good night, man. Okay, well, that's it for me, my friends. As I said before, that is the last stream for this week. Thank you all so much for tuning in, wherever you are. I had a good Zwift stream earlier today. We will be back Monday morning with another Zwift workout with my new heightened FTP. So, yeah, this is going to hurt. This one's going to hurt. It's going to make my legs burn more, which is good. I need this. Yeah. I'm pretty excited, though. I am definitely going to go snowboarding this time with the strongest legs I have had in literally over a decade. So I'm pretty stoked. I am pretty stoked to be out on the Narnar. Next Monday, actually. Next Monday, I'll be out on the Narnar. So anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in once again. Back Monday morning at about 5:15 Pacific Standard Time. Good night, Azanors, wherever you are. Everybody get to bed. Happy Sabbath, and see you all later.